Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. I'm the Mysterious JG, and now Idea is going to tell us the painful story of how she became a sorceress. She's already told us last time that some sorceress near death showed up, and in order to keep her away from the children, she decided to absorb the sorceress's powers herself. But now we'll find out even more. Now we will know the rest of the story. Fancy turn. At this very minute, my bitter story has ended. I now understand there is an end, no matter how painful it may be. I'm starting to bleed into Kaida's voice a bit here. Therefore, Squall, you must fight to the end, even though it may bring tragedy to others. Okay. Now go, Squall. I'm gonna get back here and see Sid. Talk to him. Oh no, they're back here. Now go, Squall! So you are Renoa. Forgive me, I have changed your life drastically. I don't think it could have been helped. I don't blame you for what happened. I do blame you for all those long sequences of them talking about you where I was just removed. So instead, please advise me. I'll be looking up to you as a wiser, experienced sorceress. Renoa, that is a terrible mistake. Let me advise you of a way to clear your anxiety about being a sorceress. It involves lots and lots of... Never mind, I was about to make a very crude joke. It is to find yourself a knight. Ooh. A knight who will always be there by your side to protect you. Since long past, almost all sorceresses have been hand in hand with a knight. My knight is a weird Robin Williams type, but the sorcerers without a knight in many cases ended up using their powers in evil ways. I have heard Sorceress Adele did not have a knight. Squirrel. More than likely Squirrel, but the future does not have one either. Do you have a knight? Yes, I do. He is with me now and is doing his best to protect me. I speak, of course, of Zell. A knight will present you with peace of mind. He will protect your spirit. So, Renoa, you must find yourself a knight. Get freaky with some dude. That is the only way to save yourself. Hoppity hop. What is it? I found an apprentice knight. I don't think I've ever seen this dialogue before. It's actually kind of adorable. You are both seed and a knight of the sorceress. It may be difficult, but there is a way. Yeah, but do I get to play cards with you? Oh, I see. Really? Yeah, we can play cards with her now. Once you come to a decision, follow through with it and give it your all so you have no regrets. However, if you're undecided and unsure, stay that way and follow through with your indecision. Being caught in the middle is the worst. I'm a terrible knight, by the way, but apparently just getting freaky with her once in a while was enough to set her mind at ease. Alright, so... God damn it! I knew I should have put on no encounters. Actually, if you guys have healing magic... Well, no, I don't want Zell in the party at all. Well, thanks for giving her 23 hit points there. We can go back and see the president. Now, I love that going to Delling City does nothing. It's like the government of Galbadia has collapsed. People have said in the comments that they think Cypher is in charge. Why would he be? He's a fucking teenage punk. The sorceress is gone. There's no reason the Galbadians would still be listening to him. And yet, that does appear to be what's happening. Alright, just to avoid a bunch of unnecessary combat hassles. I knew it! They're bringing my seed rank down. No! Oh no, soon I will not be able to continue to make money and I will have to settle for the 4 million gold that I have. Got a fly buzzing around all of a sudden. Anyway, Kyros has summoned us to the capital because that ward wasn't going to be able to do it. I wonder if Kyros knows who we are. I guess it is the same Kyros, of course. Yep, we'll end the palace. What else are we gonna do? Yep, vision, please, this way. And then she points because she can't be bothered to walk. Alright, guys. Big game-changing plot stuff coming, I'm sure. Finally allowed to come in and see the president. Mr. President. And he's ready to tell us it is what it is. Just don't ask him any questions that are too tough or he might walk out in a huff. Ward. Kyros. And that's probably... Yep, it's in fact, that is who it is. Oh, just talking to Ward will advance things. What is up with this country? Why can't they put this goof in charge? Dot. Oh, sure. Hey there. I've been waiting to meet you guys. You guys are the ones who were inside my head, right? Alone told me. It was like there was some kind of waves running through my head. They gave us so much power during battle. We'd suck without you guys. We thought there were some kind of fairies flying over us. So I'm Laguna, President Laguna Loire of Estar. Pleased to meet you. If we weren't in a state of emergency, I'd talk to you some more. But, well, whatever, let's talk. What do you want to know? You'll never get going if President Laguna keeps talking. So why don't you guys throw out some questions and he'll try to answer. Throw out some questions and he'll try to answer them. Well, one question on Squall's mind is probably, are you my dad? I mean, that seems like a pretty obvious question to ask right now. They seem like a lot of fun. Really? I feel like I'm in a dream. Snake Eater. ... He says to relax here a while. He says he doesn't play cards. You're already here. Why not listen to the mission briefing? Man, you look way too serious, particularly when you walk up behind me like that. Whatever. Explain the mission to defeat Ultimacia. Where's Alone? Tell me about Rain. What are you doing here? Where's Alone? What the heck has he done with his life? Don't you wonder? Wait, what? What the heck has he done with his life? Don't you wonder? When Alone was about 2, there was a massive hunt for girls in Estar. Estar soldiers came to Windhill and Alt's parents resisted. They were killed on the spot. The massive hunt was to find the successor of Estar's ruler, Sorceress Adele. Alone was raised by Rain, who lived next door, and I came to know her. Oh, so Alone is not biologically related to Squall at all. Okay. Then there was another massive hunt for a successor in Estar again. Elle was taken away, even though I was there. It's the most painful episode of my life. So I rescued her and sent her off to Windhill. Shortly after that, Rain died. And Alone was sent straight to an orphanage. Why didn't you go back to Windhill with her? I wanted to. But I had my reasons. I found out about this afterward, but the reason why Alone had to leave the orphanage was because of her special power.
Doc Odine wanted to do research on Alone's special power. He looked for her everywhere. The owners of the orphanage were Sid Kramer and his wife Idea. You know them better than I do. Well, yeah, they raised me. The Kramers took Elle out of the orphanage to protect her. They prepared a big ship to accommodate her. Gracious of them, huh? After a while, the ship turned into another orphanage, and Elle looked after all the kids. She said her life on the ship was a happy one, but who knows? She could be a lying bitch. Sorry. I don't know how she could have been happy on a ship. She was on the ship for over 10 years. That ship was attacked by Galbadia recently. SR's ships rescued them, and she finally met up with me. But she wasn't on the ship for 10 years. I mean, maybe she was, but she got off the ship before it got attacked by Galbadia. We know that. It was pure luck that we found her. I was out in space at that time. Alone followed me out to space. Little Elle was all grown up. Then she told me everything.
Did you get back safely from space? Are we in space now? Am I Shepard? Do you know anything about Saren?
Our escape pod rescue team was a little late. Alone was taken into custody by Galbadia. Ooh. She's inside Lunatic Pandora. We're gonna rescue her. Help us out, okay? Phew.
Looks like you know rules that aren't from around here. Let's get a game going with Centra's rules and ours. I guess so. No. We have to play him at cards. He has the last card we don't have. Laguna has the Squall card, and if you don't understand why, you haven't really been paying attention. Should have saved before we got going with all this. I do not want to mix Centra's rules in. Elemental difference. It's going to be bad enough using their goofy-ass rules, but because I don't get to see their cards. But we see the card that we care about, and that's Squall. So we just need to be real careful here. Don't want to lose this one. But I think I got it. So 2 cards I want. Squall and Marlborough. And now, hey, I got a little star, which means I have all of the cards. And we may never even use Squall in the game, because I no longer really have a reason to actually play the card game. I'm not card modding very many of the cards anymore, and now I've got them all. So there you go, guys. For the first time ever, I got all the cards. I'm very happy with myself right now. Where's Alone? Tell me about Rain. Rain's story? Some other time, maybe. No, I can't. It's too much for me to remember. Because the Rain story, basically, the game never really tells you. It gets close. Eventually, Laguna, after this whole dialogue, Laguna says, Squall, sometime when this is all over, you and I need to talk. And that's basically the closest the game ever comes to telling us that Laguna is Squall's dad. Rain is Squall's mother. Rain was raising Alone, who was the child of the next door neighbors who were killed. So when Laguna came and started looking after Alone and Rain, they ended up doing the deed. Rain had a baby named Squall, and after Rain died, Squall and Alone get shipped off to an orphanage, and Squall thinks of Alone as his big sister because they were raised together up to that point. Biologically, they're not related, but that's basically, yeah, Laguna is Squall's dad. That's what it is. What are you doing here? You know what I've been doing all my life, right? You were a silly Galbadian soldier. I didn't like your attitude at all. Wow. Jeez, Squall.
but understood the bond between the three of you. Then you changed after you went to Windhill. Why are you telling Laguna this? Then Alone was abducted by Estar, and you went on a journey. A journey to get Alone back. You wrote articles and appeared in movies to get by. You were trying to find a way to get it to Estar. You somehow got into Estar and rescued Alone. I got a lot of help along the way. I'm not going to explain how I got in, because that doesn't make sense. What I don't understand is, why are you the president? Well, I mean, because I sort of ran on this racist platform of playing against white fears and sexism and got elected. I mean, isn't that normal how you become the president? Want to know? It's a long story. Let's hear it. You want to hear it? Really? Okay, I'll tell you. I only set out to rescue Alone, but of course that wasn't the end of the story. It's a country ruled by Sorceress Adele with the ingenious yet inhumane Odine. Right. Both of them were interested in Alone. We couldn't just pack up and leave. Adele will be angry. My research will be kaput. Odine only thought about his research. Fuck him up, Ward. Oh, Alone is also going to chase him around? But while researching under Adele's orders, he was still making many inventions. And then Laguna catches him with the clothesline. It was a device to seal magic. Sealing facility. They put a roof over your head, as it were. Maybe Adele can be defeated. I owed a big favor to the Adele resistance who helped me rescue Alone. I spoke with my comrades. 2 issues came up. First, stopping the Crystal Pillar from calling monsters from the moon and destroying everything like what happened in Centra. Well, yeah, I can see how you'd want to chat about that. The Crystal Pillar being something we've never referred to by that name before, I don't think, but whatever. They're talking about Lunatic Pandora. Second, freeing Estar from Adele's hands. We planned and planned, based on my brilliant ideas, of course. Wait, why would they be using the Crystal Pillar to summon monsters? I thought that was something Galbadia did to wreck... Never mind. Perhaps all will be revealed if I'm just patient. We're back in the Lunatic Pandora research facility. Back in the saddle again. There is only one goal. To eliminate Odine. Following Odine's instructions, we operated the panel and moved the crystal pillar. We set the course and the stop point in the ocean, and goodbye. Whoa. Okay, so they're trying to stop the lunar cry from ever happening again, which we know isn't successful because Galbadia managed to retrieve the thing and make it happen anyway. That was easy, but we were found out. So we gathered for a final battle to lure Adele. Who just showed up? Wow, she's really tall. She is a really tall drink of water. Adele appeared as we expected. What is going on? We hunted down the culprit who moved the crystal pillar. Where? Inside there. Alone's been taken hostage. I knew she would go in right away if I mentioned Alone. After all, she developed a little bit of a feeling for the little Gorwell. You thought I would fall for that trick? Wow, she's got a pretty manly chest. Adele realized that Alone was a hologram, But it was too late. Yeah, of course. My plans are always... perfect! Kiro's ward now! Ha ha ha! Piece of cake! Wow, that's pretty badass. Adele was careless. She may be a sorceress, but after all, she was human. She doesn't have the power to, like, throw you off with telekinesis. We succeeded, but we couldn't keep such a dangerous sorceress around as a trophy. We had to do something. So we shot her into space and basically started the whole Planet Hulk storyline, which got adapted into Thor Ragnarok. So we decided to send her far, far away. Someplace very far into outer space. Pretty cool, huh? Oh, there's like 3 Ragnaroks or 4 Ragnaroks or so flying her up here. And that about wraps that part up. No, it doesn't explain why you're the president, though. But the real work began after that. A fierce debate ensued about who should govern this country after Adele was gone. I wasn't paying close attention while they made me up to be this hero of the revolution. I ended up being president. Odine made a lot of noise about wanting to do research on Alone. It was a mistake to send Alone back to Rain. Rain died and Elle was sent to the orphanage. If I had only gone to Windhill with Elle, I would have been able to see Rain one last time. Rain was dead, Alone missing. My job kept me busy. I was left here thinking about this and that, and before I knew it, all this time had passed. Well, that's about it. Where's Alone? Tell me about Rain. What are you doing here? Let me out of this room. Just listen to the mission briefing. Okay, I guess we got to hear about the mission briefing. So we've done Where's Alone? Tell me about Rain. What are you doing here? Did we do that one? Yeah, we did. That's what got us to how did he become the president. Explain the mission to defeat Ultimacia. Ah, straight to the heart of the matter. Just like a workaholic seed. Well, actually, I exhausted all other dialogue, but okay. Treat me like a workaholic, then. Is it my turn? I want to experiment on Alone. Yeah, make it short and easy to understand. I will talk however I want. I am the inhumane Dr. Odine, as you said. Sorceress Idea told me everything. Sorceress Ultimacia comes from the future to possess the sorceress of present day. Meaning she leaves her body in the future and only sends her consciousness here. Does that sound familiar to you? Yeah, it sounds like what Alone has been doing with us. It's like when Alone sent our consciousnesses back to the past. Consciousnesses. You're a smart one. I'll kill you last. My first guess was that someone in the future with an ability like Alone was sending the sorceress back here to our time. But no, that is not the answer. So how does the sorceress come back to this time? You want to hear how? Oh man, I wish I could save state here. I really do. I'd love to say no, but let's hear it. Yes. Yeah. I kept this a secret to surprise you. It is because of me, Odine. I researched Alone's power long ago. I made out a pattern from the electric current running through Alone's brain. Once the pattern was determined, it was easy to mechanize. It may only be a toy right now, but in the time of Ultimacia, it is an impressive working machine. Which means there is a machine which imitates Alone's power. It is I who made the first model of that machine. I named the machine Junctioning Machine Alone. It's a wonderful thing to know that my invention is used in the future. Yeah, it's used for terrible causes. It's used to put us all in horrible danger, you dumbass. Junction Machine Alone. Me. Couldn't you make it Junction Alone Machine so it could be Gem? Simply outrageous? That's about it. So Sorceress Ultimacia came to know about Alone from that machine. And Elle became Ultimacia's target. You can't blame Odine. It's useless. You want to go outside? You want the fisticuffs? Okay, he continues the story. Let's see. He is a weird character. There's only one way to defeat Ultimacia. You must kill her in the future. There's nothing we can do unless we go to the future. There is no way to jump to the future under normal circumstances. But there is still a way under freak circumstances. It is because Sorceress Ultimacia plans to compress time. Compressing time is magic. That good. What good will it do for the Sorceress to compress time? There may be many reasons, but it doesn't matter. Let's just figure out what Ultimacia is up to. In order for Ultimacia to exist in this time, she must take over the body of a sorceress from the present. But the machine must have a limit. Ultimacia probably needs to go back further in time to achieve time compression. Only Alone can take her back further into the past. That is why she is desperately seeking her. We must take advantage of Alone's power. There are two sorceresses in our time, Sorceress Renoa and Sorceress Adele. What about Idea? Of the two, Adele has not awakened yet. Once regeneration is completed, neither Laguna nor I will be safe. Sorceress Adele is probably in the process of awakening inside Lunatic Pandora. Ultimacia will want to possess Adele if Adele wakes up. That will be a horrible event, as Adele is a horrible sorceress. She's terrible at magic. However, she's huge and monstrously strong, so she'll chokeslam you. If Adele's consciousness wins over Ultimacia, Adele will first destroy this era.
Oh. There's a possibility that Sorceress Adele will take over Ultimacia. I didn't think about that.
So we must use Sorceress Renoa to inherit Ultimacia's powers. That's all for the mission briefing.
Wait, what? You haven't told us what we're doing at all. Okay, first go to Lunatic... Okay, now the mission briefing starts, I guess.
First go to the Lunatic Pandora. Alone's probably being held captive inside, so rescue her first. Then kill Sorceress Adele before the awakening process is completed. Now we are left with Renoa as the only sorceress of this era. Then wait for Ultimacia to possess Renoa. When Ultimacia arrives, it's Alone's turn. Alone will send Renoa back to the past with Ultimacia.
And he does a little dance.
Alone will have to send Renoa and Ultimacia inside another sorceress she knows in the past. Idea or Adele, that's up to Alone. What? Once Ultimacia is in the past, she'll use the time compression magic. We will see some influence here. I don't know what kind of influence, but once Alone feels it, she'll cut Renoa and Ultimacia off from the past. Renoa will come back to this world. Ultimacia also goes back to her own world. That would be... What would be left is the time-compressed world.
Sure, if this makes sense to you.
Past, present, and future will all get mixed together. You will keep moving through the time compression towards the future. Once you are out of the time compression, that will be Ultimacia's world. It's all up to you after that.
Blink.
They seem like a lot of fun. The way they're planning to use me as pawn in their horrible game.
What funny looking clothes.
You want to try it on?
I feel like I'm in a dream. Snake Eater.
So you're briefed about the mission? I don't really understand it either. Will you do it? I have questions. Explain the mission, where's Alone, what's he doing here? I don't understand the mission completely either, but it seems like the only option. 1. Rescue Alone. 2. Stop Sorceress Adele's awakening. 3. Wait for Ultimacia to possess Renoa. 4. Alone sends Renoa and Ultimacia to the past. 5. Time compression begins. 6. Get Renoa back to this world. 7. Go towards the future and compress time. 8. Defeat Ultimacia. 9. Victory is ours. That's it. So I guess we'll say we're going to do it. Alright. Let's go. We'll get aboard Ragnarok. Let's do the final briefing in there. I always wanted to ride that thing. Plus the name sounds so cool. Oh, I didn't know Ward had a little blonde beard there. Alright. Everyone. From here, we go straight to our final target, Ultimacia. Let's go over the plan again. First, enter Squall and rescue Alone.
Next, you fight Squall. It'll be a surprise attack. Show no mercy. Now comes the tricky part. Adele will need to pass on her powers before being defeated. Renoa, will you be willing to accept them?
Sure thing. No problem. I mean, yes.
Good. Next will be Squall for Sorceress Ultimacia to possess Renoa. This will be hard on you, Renoa, but will you do it?
Yes. Whatever.
That's the spirit. Then Alone sends Renoa and Squall. Renoa and Ultimacia to the past. Alone, Squall. Laguna, then Squall. Ultimacia lives far in the future where none of us can technically exist. There's only one way to make yourself exist in a world like that. As friends, don't forget one another. As friends, believe in one another. Believe in your friend's existence, and they'll also believe in yours. To be friends, to like one another, and to love one another. You can't do these things alone. You need somebody. Everybody needs somebody. Right, guys? What place reminds you of your friends? Imagine being in that place with all your friends. Once time compression begins, think of that place and try to get there. That's all. That place will welcome you. You'll be able to get there no matter what period you're in. You need love and friendship for this mission, and the courage to believe it. Sailor Moon says, it's all about love, friendship, and courage. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm counting on you guys. Love and friendship and all that sounds corny, but everyone seems to be up for it. You think it'll succeed? We'll try. And then his leg starts acting up. So I want to land and save. Because when we enter Lunatic Pandora, folks, we will be at the point of no return for Disc 3, which obviously leads to Disc 4 and the end of the game. So, Disc 4 is, it's not nothing. But it is significantly shorter than the other discs, if I recall. So we're more than 3/4 of the way through the game at this point. And, I think I'm going to take a little break, because, I have to stop and think, is there anything I want to do before we get out of Disc 3? I think I've done everything I wanted to do. Certainly I've got all the cards. So yeah, I feel like we're pretty much done. And ready to go to Disc 4. There are some last minute, like if I wanted to like give everybody Devour abilities or something like that, like, you know, set up another session overnight of Angelo searching. That's something I would want to do before going to Disc 4, because Disc 4, it will complicate things a little bit. But for now, that's it for this video. When we come back next time, I do believe we'll be continuing the story through getting ourselves ready for, you know, the final confrontations of Disc 3. And then when you go into Disc 4, there's really nothing to do in Disc 4. There's not a lot of side quests in Disc 4. In Disc 4, you travel to the future to fight Ultimacia. So we don't have that much left to go, folks. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.